What is up, guys? Thanks for tuning in to the next episode of Three Peaks Fitness Podcast. I'm Coach Mark.
I'm Coach Lynette.
Should you rest when you get injured?
To rest
the question
or not
of the
rest?
Day.
Yeah.
That is the question.
Yes.
Quick answer.
No.
Long answer coming up. So
Yeah.
this is one of the big issues, in my opinion,
Yeah.
that I see in a lot of in Western medicine. You know, we like to treat symptoms, right? So if you're sick, here's a pill, right? If my back hurts, here's another pill. My knee hurts, here's a cortisone shot, right? We like to treat symptoms without addressing the root cause of what caused that issue, right? If maybe you're sick because you're not getting enough vitamins, minerals, you're not eating well, you're not getting enough sunlight, stuff like that. Maybe your back hurts because you're living a sedentary lifestyle. Maybe your knee hurts because you're wearing terrible shoes that bring your body out of alignment, right?
Yeah.
If you're going into your doctor and they're just kind of solving that symptom without addressing the root problem, that can be an issue. And I think because Western medicine has been that way for so long, one of the characteristics of society that's kind of manifested itself is when pain happens, we think the immediate response should just be rest. Don't do anything, right?
Everyone's like, how many times have I heard, I hurt my ankle, I'm skipping the workout.
Yeah.
Like our initial gut knee reflex is, skip the workout. I can't work out today. I tweaked my wrist, or I tweaked my shoulder or whatever.
Yep.
But even with a back injury, you can and should work out.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's because so many of those injuries are a result of the lack of movement.
Yes.
Right. Movement is the solution to preventing and making sure that those types of injuries don't happen again. To not move because it happened is kind of silly, right? It's like it'd be the equivalent to if I ate some expired food and I got food poisoning and threw up, right? And then I was like, I'm hungry. Like, let me eat some more of that food. It's just like, you're like, what are you doing? You're not, you're not solving the problem. You're only solving the symptom without addressing the problem. Actually, what you're doing is making it worse.
Yeah. Resting is really the worst thing you could do when you have an injury. And I know people are just balking at this right now. Like, what? No, you're insane. There's a smart way to do it, though. We're not encouraging people to push through pain in a workout. There's a smart and a specific way to work out with injury. So we're gonna tell you right now how to work out with an injury.
Yeah.
So it's important to work out even with when you have an injury, so you don't lose the progress you've made. And if you do it right, the workout can speed up the recovery in whatever the injured part is.
Yes.
So we're going to tell you how to do that.
Yep.
First step is nutrition. You want to make sure that you're eating right so that you can heal quickly from whatever you injured. So number 1 is protein. Number 2 is fruits and vegetables. You want to try for 8 to 10 servings a day. And you want to stay away from processed foods because that's going to increase your inflammation.
Yep.
So number 1, take care of your nutrition. And number 2, what kind of pain is it, right? Is it acute? Is it chronic?
Yeah.
Is it something that's been building up over time? Because that's going to determine whether you just kind of slowly move that body part or if you just completely work around it.
Right.
So if it's acute, then just completely work around it. But if it's chronic, then find a safe way to move it.
Yeah. Yeah. A structured and progressive way to get you back.
Find a good trainer, a smart trainer that can help you with that.
That's because injured tissue responds better to mobilization and loading and movement. You're because of blood flow.
Yes, you need blood flow
to the site of the inflammation of the injury to heal it.
Yeah.
And if you're just let's say I twisted my ankle or whatever, right? And you just do the rice. It's always been rice. Rest, ice, compression, elevation.
Yes.
Right? It's always been rice for so long. That's counterproductive to the healing of that ankle.
The rice method will actually slow your healing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So people are probably balking at that as well.
But it's true.
What is this?
The guy who created rice has come out and said, my bad.
Yeah, not good.
That wasn't true. Don't follow that advice.
It might be helpful right at the moment that it happens. But after that, after the initial injury, do not put ice on your injury.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know it's like, oh, but it's swelling, you know, and I have knees that like to swell up. I know all about this. You just gotta, that is your body trying to heal itself and protect itself. Mm-hmm. So just let it naturally happen. That there's stuff in that fluid that's healing your joint.
Yeah.
So yeah, give it time.
Yeah. I mean, I always like to think about too, like back in the day, like what do you think our ancestors did? You think they just like, I think we'll just take a week off? Like, no. No, our bodies are designed to like to heal. Like, we can't outsmart our bodies.
Yeah.
Right. We need to work with them, not against them.
Yeah.
And when you do something like throw your back out or mess your knee up or whatever type of injury you're dealing with, doing nothing is the worst thing. So you want to be active, and like we're talking about, work around it or work with the injury. Find a professional who can help you work with it or work around it. But then the next step is to figure out what caused it in the first place.
Yes. Yes.
Right.
A lot of times we think, like, say you throw your back out on picking up a box or doing a deadlift in the gym or shoveling snow. This is really common.
Yeah,
throw your back out shoveling snow. It's really easy to blame that moment. Like, oh, I threw my back out shoveling snow. No, you didn't. You threw your back out sitting at a desk for 8 hours a day and not working out for, the last year and then trying to go out and shovel snow.
Yeah.
You didn't prepare your body to shovel snow. So maybe that was the tipping point. That box you tried to pick up or the shoveling that you tried to do. That's the tipping point. But there was a bunch of things that led up to that.
Right. Yeah.
So
100%. Yeah. So if you are experiencing chronic back pain, we see a lot.
Yeah.
Knee pain, another big one. Shoulder pain. A lot of those times, that's a result of the lifestyle you're living.
Yeah.
And that lifestyle you're living is causing muscular imbalances, meaning you are causing certain muscles to be really tight and weak.
Right.
While other muscles are just kind of getting lengthened and weak or becoming non-existent, like your glutes, right? So you need to get into the gym, strengthen the right muscles, lengthen the right muscles, teach your body to work how it's supposed to work.
Yeah.
And that will stave off any future, lower back issues or knee issues or that sort of thing.
Right, right. And so the knee-jerk reaction to throwing your back out is, oh, I'm going to sit in my recliner or lay in bed and not do anything. That's the opposite of what you should do, right? Yeah. You should be doing some specific exercises like bird dogs, side planks.
Yeah.
And not sitting as much, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and keeping your spine in the right position, in that pain-free position. And it will heal over time if you do the right exercises. But if you sit and do nothing, the pain might go away, but it's not going to heal.
Sitting and doing nothing is just ridiculous. Don't do it. It's like it's insanity. It's like it's having a food that you're allergic to that you eat and you have go into anaphylactic shock. You go to the emergency room and then like afterwards, like the doctor's like, oh, how do you feel? It's like, oh, I'm okay. I think I'll take a week or two off of eating that food. Then like you go, like you eat it again in a week or two and the same thing. It's like you're not. So the solving it involves just not eating it.
Yeah.
Right.
Not
or eating something else.
Problem.
You're not So you need to address the root problem. So that way you don't have to worry about it.
Yeah, absolutely. So how do you train with an injury? What are some tips we can give? I mean, we can't be, every injury is a little different, but what are some general rules of thumb for training with an injury? It's like, okay, I got a swollen knee, or I sprained my knee, or my shoulder hurts. Okay, they told me to go into the workout anyway. What do I do?
Well, I want to go with the lower back one.
Okay.
Because that's one that we're seeing people come in
with
very
more
common. And more after the pandemic. People have been sitting down a lot. Yeah. A lot of sedentary living. So I want to go with the lower back. What we do with our clients who are experiencing lower back issues is they still come into the group class, right?
Yeah.
But instead of the warm up and the strength portion that the rest of the class is doing, we'll have them walking. Walking is really important. So we'll have them walk for about 10 minutes and then they'll do the Stuart McGill Big 3, right, to help strengthen their core. Yeah. Which is really, really important. And then when we get to the last part, the conditioning part of our workout, we will just modify whatever exercises are there for the workout in a way that does not exacerbate the lower back pain anymore. And
it works.
It works.
This definitely works. We had a client in here with severe back pain, and she spent her first 2 months with us doing that process, just walking, doing the McGill Big 3 exercise and then a modified conditioning at the end. And she is now pain-free.
Yeah.
So, but if she had sat and done nothing, she'd still be in pain.
Yeah, sat and done sitting, which is what caused it in the first place, right? So yeah, be active, be flexible. I mean, that's kind of one of the big themes that we always talk about, regardless of the topic of the podcast. It's part of our philosophy. You have to be flexible with yourself.
Yeah.
So like, yes, your goal is to work out, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Okay, great. Like, but that workout might not always look how you think it's going to look. It might not be the workout that your gym is doing that day exactly. Your workout that day or for the next couple weeks might look a little bit differently, but that's okay because you're showing up, and not only are you keeping the habit alive by showing up, you're doing things to actively improve yourself, improve your fitness by correcting those imbalances that caused that lower back pain in the first place.
Yeah. So one rule of thumb I have is you can always modify an exercise. Mm-hmm. So I had a groin injury a couple years ago, and it took a year for that injury to heal. But I was able to get it to heal because of the blood flow. Mm-hmm. But there were certain exercises in here I couldn't really do like everybody else. So they looked a little different. It kind of went a little slower, kind of stepped things out instead of, the full explosive movement. But, I would have missed a year of workouts if I would have waited to be, I'm going to wait for this to heal. Like, I would have been out of the gym for a year.
For a year. You would basically been starting over again. Right? Yeah. I mean, taking a whole year off, you're going to lose a lot of progress.
Yeah. And then you might be thinking, well, I'm not. Okay, so back to what we were saying, the groin injury. Yes. So when you have an injury, find a way to work around it and be okay. Like you said, be flexible and be okay with the workout not feeling like much of a workout at all. It's better to show up and do some walking, do some light weights. It's still a huge difference between that and not going at all. You want to keep that habit in place. You get the blood flow going through your body. That's the two main things.
Yeah. And also on kind of like a psychological level, you're learning how to deal with adversity more, which is an important element to getting in shape. Because getting in shape doesn't happen in a vacuum. Stuff happens, life happens.
Yeah.
So you need to learn how to adapt to your situation.
We probably need to do a separate podcast on this, but we call it the dial method. Instead of pushing the pause button on your exercise and nutrition, you have to turn the dial down. If you're injured, okay, you're going to have to dial it down. Instead of having a level 10 workout, it's going to be a level 2, 3, or 4 workout, But the important thing is to keep the dial going.
Yep.
Keep it going. Yeah. That's the name of the game.
Yeah, for sure. So you got anything else before we wrap this
That's it. Just train with lighter weights, longer sets, lighter weights if you need to, or just work around that body part. Even if you're not, say you sprained your ankle and you're just doing all sitting exercises or one-legged exercises, and you're like, what's the point of this? You're still increasing the blood flow, and that ankle's going to heal quicker because you are working out the rest of your body.
Yep, and you're keeping the habit alive. And also, if you are the type of person or you're been in a situation where you have like chronic pain, and every time you go to your doctor, he just gives you pills and says rest, find a new doctor.
Yes.
Please, for the love of all that is holy, find a doctor that understands the human body and how it works. Yeah,
find a doctor that believes in movement.
Yeah.
That exercises. Find a doctor that works out.
Yes. Ideally, find a doctor that works out. Yeah.
Because if you've got a Band-Aid doctor and that just wants to give you a cortisone shot, you're still going to have the underlying problems, and they're just going to tell you, just skip your workout for a week or skip workout for 2 weeks. And no, that's not helpful.
Yeah. So, all right, guys. Yep. Hopefully this was helpful. Remember, do not rest. Just because you're in pain doesn't mean you need to take the week off. That's the worst thing you can do. It's counterproductive. So get out there, stay moving, even if you are experiencing some pain.
Yeah. That's it.
All right, guys. We'll talk to you next time.
All right. Bye.